Hi, and welcome. My name is Mark Anthony. If you're joining me from your office, between meetings, or just out of curiosity, thank you very much for joining us. In today's podcast, I'm going to be talking about digital assets, artificial intelligence, prediction markets, and also about the FX.world event this coming November 2nd to 5th in Fiera di Roma in Rome. Joining me today are three stellars from our FX.world team who are talking to businesses that are shaping the industry's future. Join me and let's dive in. Let's go. With me today, we have Roy Hen, Managing Director of FX.world, followed by Nikitas, Business Developer of FX.world, and of course, Demetris, Alexiou, also the Business Developer for FX.world. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. How are you?
Good.
Amazing.
Fantastic. Roy, I'm going to start with you. There happens to be what sounds like a simple question, but yet again, it seems to be a bit hard to answer. Everybody is now suddenly talking about these prediction markets. I mean, the technology isn't new, so where's the change over here?
Well, the technology is not new. It was existing for a while, but I think the poly market brought it into attention and it brought it to the media. And once poly market became big, financial discovered it and tried to do the same.
So it's the first.
Do you think it's also because the industry itself is becoming more open-minded? I mean, if you rewind, let's rewind 10 years back, right? I mean, the Forex, crypto, traditional banking institutions, they all worked separate from each other, and now it seems that they're kind of getting close again. Is that actually the fact?
Absolutely, because today brokers offer so many variety of instruments for traders. So prediction market just going to join in to this whole options, to all the options.
Okay. Well, Alex, if you're speaking to brokers every single day, right? Are they talking about prediction markets because their clients are asking to, or is it because they feel like they're going to be left out? I mean, it could be the next big thing, no?
Honestly, a little bit of both. Like, good brokers are like naturally curious, so they don't want to miss out. If they see an opportunity, they want to jump in before it becomes mainstream, if I may say. Okay. They don't want to wake up like after like a year, 2 or 3, and think that I missed an opportunity where the market is shifting. Yeah.
That's probably why shows like FX.world are so important nowadays. No, I mean, you can spend months reading articles and reports, or you can spend 2 days and end up speaking with founders, CEOs, trailblazers. I mean, the people driving this industry forward. No, it's a completely different learning experience, if I may say.
Exactly. Sometimes you walk up and people sometimes underestimate that. Yeah. And if you think about it, you can walk up to the stand and like meet the next big thing, the next big CEO. That can help you grow, and that's how it is.
Okay. Well, I couldn't agree more. Some of the most valuable conversations I've had were never planned. It's hard to replicate the online over here. It's very one directional. Yeah.
Of course, and that's why people keep traveling to go to these events, because technology can help you communicate better with people, but it will never replace entirely the face-to-face interactions that people might have, because that's where people actually build trust with each other.
Okay. Roy, let's jump back to let's talk about the trader, because ultimately this is what all of this is for, right? I mean, what makes prediction markets so attractive for them?
I think it's the simplicity, because the platform that gives you, they're allowing you to bid your knowledge against somebody else's knowledge. So the more you learn, the more you open yourself, the more you read, the more you understand the market, more chances you have to win your bid.
Well, good. I mean, that's actually something I've been thinking about, because when the phrase prediction markets comes up, people immediately think, that's gambling. But I don't really think it's like this. When I hear it, I think it's what traders actually do. No, it's not gambling. It's assessing possibility. Is this a fair way to put it?
Correct. Yeah, because traders are not predicting. They're learning. They're not gambling. They're trying to know as much as possible before they're placing that trade. So when it comes to prediction, I think that traders will read, will learn, will understand as much as possible before they placing that bet.
Super. Demetris, do you think the name itself is part of the problem? Because if somebody called them event markets instead of prediction markets, would people immediately understand this differently?
I mean, possibly, because after all, words really matter. Because calling them prediction markets or using the word predictions in general, it really just gives off emotion. And trading is all about making educated guesses. So when you introduce emotion into the whole thing, then it doesn't really work. And once people understand that, then they usually become curious.
Okay. Well, let's challenge ourselves for a moment because somebody is definitely watching from home and thinking to themselves, this sounds interesting. Forex traders trade around $7 trillion a day. But to my knowledge, we're far from that. Is that a far criticism?
Yeah, it's a correct opinion because they just started. This is very new. This is completely a new technology that they're presenting, the brokers getting presented with, and that's what they're going to offer the market. So it will take some time, but I think it will pick up amazingly.
Roy, that's a great point. The financial industry does have this habit of assuming that innovation kills the previous one, when in reality, innovation is what's giving these traders a choice, no?
Exactly, and brokers understand that. Nobody says that prediction market is the next big thing, but the conversation here should be around diversification, yeah? So it makes sense for all of us in the industry and, of course, the traders to understand that and get a little bit educated about it.
Okay. I mean, which leads us nicely into the topic of, which for me is impossible to avoid this year, artificial intelligence. I can tell you that there isn't one panel that I have moderated in the past 12 months where AI has not been mentioned. Do you think AI and prediction markets actually naturally go hand in hand, or is this a completely separate conversation?
In prediction markets, the most important is to get information quickly. AI allows you to do that. It gives you it's the right tool to give you all the information as quick as possible to help you analyze what you should do.
But does AI eventually level the playing field? Because everybody has access to new technology, right? Where does the competitive advantage come from?
I mean, this is exactly where experience still matters, because AI is a very valuable tool that can help you actually to process data. As a technological tool, it cannot, of course, replace judgment, though, and that is exactly where experience comes in handily, because markets are being driven by actual people, like living, breathing humans, like beings, and people work on emotions. Like people can panic and they can overthink and they can become like overconfident. So keeping that in mind, no algorithm can ever replace a human when it comes to trading.
I actually think that is very reassuring, because every time AI comes up, somebody predicts the end of human traders. I am not particularly convinced. I think that the traders will just become better at technology.
Well, I agree completely. Technology is always there to help us out. And this is what any trader needs these days.
And this is what I actually suspect AI is going to do in November in Rome this year, right? It's going to dominate a bunch of conversations, not just prediction markets. Okay, let's be honest. We're going to talk about not just brokerage. Almost every company seems to be asking the same question: is AI going to responsibly improve the way we already do our stuff?
Exactly, and that's why events like Rome are more valuable than ever. Yeah. We're implementing AI in our everyday lives. Companies are doing that as well. These are not theoretical conversations anymore. It's actually happening. And the thing is that if you ask around, companies are implementing that.
Let's pick up on something you just mentioned, Alex. You said companies are not just innovators anymore. They're implementing it. And I think that's more than an important distinction over here. Every year, our industries seem to be finding new buzzwords: metaverse, NFTs, AI, now prediction markets. How do you separate genuine information, right, from something that is simply just fashionable? Let's face it.
Actually, I think it's probably the hardest thing when you open a business. You have to keep up with innovation, but at the end of the day, you cannot have it all. So it's really important to see where the trend goes and what picks up, and then you know which direction you need to take.
And that's where the event has incredible value, because reading about technology online is one thing. Walking into an exhibition, speaking directly to the people building it and demonstrating it in front of you is something completely different. I've had moments where I've walked into a meeting expecting one conversation and left the room completely disappointed.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Yeah. And sometimes you discover the opportunities that you don't even believe that you did, right? I mean, people are walking into meetings with like an agenda, diaries, yeah? But in events like the events that we have, you just have these conversations unexpectedly.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, some of the best partnership deals I've ever heard about are conversations that started over a coffee and not in the boardroom.
I mean, that's exactly the nature of events and how things are happening now, because at events like ours, you're constantly being surrounded by people who are trying to solve the same problem, the same issues. And most probably some of the people around you have already found a solution to that problem.
Let's talk about regulation for a moment, because whenever innovation moves quickly, regulation moves slow. Roy, is this a thing?
No, I think it's correlate, because when you have good regulations, there is trust. When there is a trust, there is direction. When there is direction, people know where to go and how to evolve and how to run their business correctly.
So regulation isn't necessarily slowing process, is what you're saying. It's creating the environment where business feels like it's investing.
Correct.
Okay. And I imagine that another reason why people actually come to this show in Rome, FX.world, this November, is because you have the regulators meeting the legal experts, the technology providers meeting the operators. They're all under one room, right? So conversations won't necessarily happen just on stage. They will happen in networking lounges, in private meeting rooms, private dinners, even between conference panels. Sorry.
Right. I think that the point of attending the event is sometimes you can struggle with something that you want to create and it takes you a long time and nothing moves. And all of a sudden, one conversation in the expo with the right person, it can be solved like that.
Absolutely. I mean, let's look ahead. Let's imagine we're sitting here 5 years from now. Prediction markets have matured. AI is embedded into almost every trading platform. How different does the brokerage industry look now?
I think platforms are becoming more intelligent now, yeah? Not because they want to replace traders, I'd say, if I can say, but because they want to help traders make smarter decisions, like more educated decisions. That's why we have like smarter tools over there.
It's almost like the difference between using a paper map and a GPS. You're still driving the car, but now you suddenly have more information.
Exactly. Technology supports you to make better decisions, right?
Demetris, what has changed the trader's perspective?
Well, Mark, I think the keyword here is choice, because traders already have many different markets to choose from. And I don't see this changing at all anytime soon. I mean, every day the lines between Forex, commodities, prediction markets, as we've said before, are getting blurred day by day. And this is, of course, will be an ongoing thing. And each trader just picks the market that better reflects their view.
That's interesting, because let's face it, perhaps in 5 years, they won't describe themselves as Forex traders or as crypto traders, but rather just traders. No?
I actually think we're already in that direction, because there is a new generation that entering the industry and they have a different mindset than the previous generation, and they're more flexible this time.
Let's bring it back to Rome now. Because this year's FX World isn't just simply another expo on the calendar. It's a conversation that we've been having for the past 30 minutes. AI, prediction markets, broker innovation regulation, trader innovation, trader behavior. Roy, if you were a CEO attending FX World in November this year in Rome, what should you be actually looking for?
I was looking for the most innovative technology out there. I was looking for what's the next big thing. And I think Rome gives you the opportunity, instead of reading about it at home, Rome gives you the opportunity to sit up front before it comes out, before everybody else knows about it. So you can make your calculations and know what you want to go for.
Okay. Alex, let's imagine I'm a broker who has never attended FX World, right? I've heard a couple of people talk about it. I've seen some photographs, but I never really actually walked through the doors to see it with my own eyes. Paint me the picture, Alex. What are we expecting this November?
Well, the first thing that hits you about this event is diversity, right? I mean, you have brokers, you have payment providers, you have fintech companies, you have AI, you have blockchain, you have affiliates, tech partners, whatever you can imagine can be there, yeah? So if I was working like in this event, I would expect the unexpected as it is an event on steroids.
That's very well put, Alex. I mean, and probably that's why so many people are going to be there. Not for the steroids, but because you're constantly being introduced to businesses that need the immediate network. No?
And that's why it makes this conversation so valuable.
Alex, let's imagine I'm a broker walking into the FX World doors for the first time, right? I've had a couple of conversations with my friends, colleagues, or peers in the industry. I've seen a couple of pictures, but I don't really understand what I'm about to find in front of my eyes when these doors open. But paint me the picture.
Well, what hits you first is diversity, right?
Okay.
You have brokers, payment partners, technology departments, AI partners, blockchain, and of course affiliates. I mean, this is where like all the industries intersect. Yeah, this is what makes this conversation and the whole event viable.
And probably this is also why it's going to be so highly visited. I mean, you are constantly introduced to businesses outside of your immediate network.
Exactly, and innovation happens on this intersection of industries. That's what makes Rome, viable.
Demetris, you're in this just as Alex and Roy, right? You're going to be welcoming a lot of people to this show. Now, what makes somebody leaving from the FX World show want to say, that trip was worth it?
Well, Mark, usually it's not just one meeting that you will have at our expo. It's all the conversations that you will have, because as an attendee or as a company, you come looking for clients, but you will leave the expo with, I don't know, new partners. You will live with interesting new ideas. You will live with a market, like you will do your market research there, and you will connect with people and even maybe make a few new friends there, which is something that no amount of online tools can help you do.
I couldn't agree more. The biggest opportunities in this industry has started with a simple conversation. I mean, relationships, trust, collaboration. Before we wrap it up, guys, though, I would like to ask for a one-liner, right? Put yourselves at the 2nd of November, walking in, going through the whole expo. It's the 5th. Everyone is walking out. What do you expect the delegates coming over, the every single exhibitor? What do you expect them to say in one line?
I would say that I wish that every person who comes out would know where the industry is heading. This is the most important from my perspective.
Good one, Roy. What about you, Alex?
I met people who genuinely helped me grow my business.
Demetris?
I would want people to think I'm already looking forward to coming again next year.
Fantastic. I love all those answers. I mean, it's very certain that innovation is not slowing down. Technology continues to shape this industry, and companies that stay ahead are usually the ones that are starting the conversation early, no?
Right.
Guys, with that in mind, I would like to thank all of you for making time out of your busy schedule to be with me here today. It's been absolutely fantastic getting to know more about prediction markets, also about our predictions for FX World this November in Fiera di Roma. Demetris, Alex, Roy, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mark.
Appreciate you. I'm Mark Anthony, and thank you very much for watching.